What's up, guys? Welcome back to Deep South EDC. Deep South lunch break. So it's news time. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. I'm just coming back from being sick with COVID. So after all these years, these couple years, I managed to not catch it until last week, and put me on my ass for the whole weekend. So finally feeling all right. So let's just get started. So if you saw in the thumbnail, the story is NOPD, New Orleans Police Department officers frustrated by city's Mardi Gras parade pay disparity offered to outside agencies. So if you guys don't know, here in New Orleans, we have a big problem with our police force, as in the numbers. What's up, Daily Knife? Thanks for joining us. So we have about maybe a quarter of the police officers that we should have. And so that's affecting the Mardi Gras parades. Mardi Gras is a pretty big deal here, especially for the locals here in New Orleans. So a lot of the parade routes these last couple of years have been changed, have been shortened. And it's put a hurt on a lot of the parades, a lot of the crews and stuff. So part of a solution, or I guess an attempted solution at this, was the mayor was going to pay any outside police officers a particular amount to come and work just for those 2 weeks during Mardi Gras. So we'll just read the story. So this comes from Fox 8 Live here in New Orleans. The story is from 11:30 today. New Orleans police officers are frustrated and demoralized by the city offering lawmen from outside agencies higher pay to secure Mardi Gras parade routes that New Orleans Police Department officers doing the same work, according to an attorney representing them. So let me read that again. The city offering lawmen from outside agencies higher pay to secure Mardi Gras parade routes than NOPD officers doing the same work. Okay. City officials last week said they hope to cover the shorthanded NOPD's manpower during carnival parades by luring officers and deputies from other Louisiana $55 on Fat Tuesday, which is the Tuesday right before Ash Wednesday, if you don't know what Fat Tuesday is. And that usually has like the two biggest parades, Zulu and Rex. Zulu is in the morning. They're both in the morning. Zulu is first and then Rex follows. Meanwhile, the city has provided few details on supplementary pay, if any, that would be offered to current NOPD officers working the same parade route. It's a slap in the face, essentially, attorney Eric Hessler of the Police Association of New Orleans said. As of now, NOPD officers are going to get paid their normal hourly rate of pay that they would make or would have gotten for working any previous Mardi Gras. So they're not going to pay NOPD police anymore, but they're trying to get outside police in for these 2 weeks and are going to pay them like $50 to $75 an hour. Continues. These New Orleans police officers are going to get paid a lesser amount of money to supervise officers underneath them from other jurisdictions who are going to make a really large hourly rate. The city offered the higher rates last week when it told carnival crews that they would have to recruit outside post-certified manpower themselves if they want to return to their expanded traditional routes. So far, only the supersized crew of Endymion has succeeded in the task. Hessler said that he has heard from dozens of officers, including rank, who have expressed frustration and confusion at the rollout of the plan and the pay discrepancy. The fact that the city has waited until 3 weeks until the beginning of Mardi Gras season to propose this scheme is short-sighted. The way that they did it is very damaging to the morale of the average police officer. A spokesperson of the mayor's office referred questions about the officers' pay to NOPD. An NOPD spokesperson said more information might be available on Wednesday, which is today. So far, nothing has come out. We are already engaged in a retention battle, he said. We don't need other officers coming in from other jurisdictions to work for a couple of days and get paid more than the officers who are here every day putting in the hard work. It remains uncertain whether other crews will be able to return to their traditional routes. Mardi Gras guide publisher Arthur Hardy said last week that crews were having difficulty finding agencies willing to send officers or deputies to New Orleans. Remember, if the mayor was a little more focused on public safety and crime, then this is something that could have been identified last Mardi Gras. We knew we had to curtail the Mardi Gras parade routes last year because of the shortage of officers. The shortage of officers has only become more acute this year due to the attrition rate and the failure of the political leadership, particularly the mayor, to offer pay raises to recruit and maintain existing officers. There are a number of factors that could weigh into the pay scale for NOPD's parade rate, but the details of the city's plans should have been worked out months ago. It's a valid point, and it should be looked into by the mayor's office and the city council, and there needs to be an equitable decision. So what's going on, guys? So what's up, Lil Klondike? Thanks for joining us. Daily Knife number 2, always a pleasure. So this is pretty crazy. So New Orleans, we're already a city that has a ridiculous crime rate. The murder rate already, we're in the 3rd week of the year, it's through the roof. There's been over 250 carjackings already. And it's crazy. And these guys, the mayor's office in particular, is just trying to get some. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, it's a way for her to have a plan, but pass it off on the crews to make it the crew. There are no cops. So she's like, well, we'll pay them more if you can get them here. And then, according to this story, there aren't very many deputies or police from other agencies willing to even come in New Orleans. And I don't blame them. So I think the mayor's office here is being real short-sighted. Like I said, we barely have any police force here. And we're going to pay these outside cops all this money to work for 2 weeks just so we could have some Mardi Gras. And then what happens the other, the other 340 days of the year, it just goes back to normal. So I think we probably should focus on recruitment and retention. There's a lot of stupid rules in place, like with the NOPD, for instance. If you are a sergeant in another city, if you were to move to New Orleans and try to become an NOPD officer, you have to start at the bottom. There is no lateral hiring, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. Excuse me. Still recovering from that COVID, man. So I think this Mardi Gras season, so far only one parade, the Endymion Parade, has moved back to its original route. And I want to read this again because they word it here to make it sound like the parade route from last year has been the normal route, like it's never changed. So he said it right here. The city offered the higher rates last week when it told Carnival crews they would have to recruit outside post-certified manpower themselves. Here we go. If they want to return to their expanded traditional routes. Why does it say expanded traditional routes? It should just say traditional routes. And then they should refer to the new routes as shortened routes. That would make sense to me. Or these amended routes. These the city has no cop routes. I think that's what they should do. Instead, they're playing word games here to try to trick everybody into thinking that the parade routes now are normal. It's not normal. There's nothing normal about it. Anyway, that's my fucking rant, I guess. This is ridiculous. The city is going to hell in a handbasket. We're focused more on 2 weeks of Mardi Gras to try to get some, I don't know, tourism dollars, maybe try to get some more local dollars in the economy. But at what cost? We're sacrificing. Now we're just pissing off more cops who probably already are looking for a way out. Now they got to supervise these guys who are getting paid like twice or 3 times as much as they are to work the same Mardi Gras route while these people live and bleed and cry for this city every day. That's pretty messed up. Anyway, what do you guys think about that? Should the mayor's office have okayed this, or should we have been trying to recruit and retain more of our officers in the first place? It's a slippery slope. I know right now we live in a very anti-cop environment, and you know, it is what it is. That's the way it is. But you know, without cops, there's only crime. Like, it's getting bad. Anyway, guys, I'll leave that right here. Thanks for watching this live stream. If you liked what you saw, hit that thumbs up button. If you watched on Rumble, please smash that Rumble button. I got about 1,500 Rumbles so far. I still don't know what they do, but I got a lot of them. So leave me a Rumble. Hit me up on Minds, on Twitter, on Facebook, and Instagram, all at DeepSouthEdc. Remember, guys, 100% of all home invasions happen inside the home. So remember, stay well regulated. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.